So I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I think it's about time. I'm going to do a video comparing 4 different types of bivvies, look at the pros and cons of each one, and which situations one bivvy would be better in than another. Yeah, let's do that now. So the 4 bivvies we're going to look at are the Lixada Mesh Bivvy, the ultralight camping tent as it's listed on eBay, so it's an unbranded, unnamed one. I'm going to look at the Stiletto, I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, and the Black Wolf Stealth. So yeah, let's get into it with the basic Lixada Mesh Bivvy. So the first thing you'll notice about this setup is it is small. I am over 6 foot and my feet touch one end and my head hits the other end, and my shoulders also touch either side, so there is absolutely no room to move in it. Not much room at all. I'm touching either side and I can't roll over. So it is pretty quick to set up. You can use like hiking poles. You can tie it to trees if you have trees nearby, or you can just use some sticks you find in the bush. I've actually used selfie sticks to set up this one because quite often you carry them for your cameras anyway. This selfie sticks even still has the GoPro attached to the top of it. But yeah, it's pretty quick to set up, and if you chuck a tarp over the top, you can use the same sticks to hold up the tarp. One of the main benefits of this one is that it comes in at, 240 grams or something like that. So it is very, very light, and when you roll it up you can fit it in your pocket, so it's very small. The other benefit of this one is that it comes in at only $24 online. So I bought this one from AliExpress, but you can also find them on eBay and probably Amazon, other sites like that, but it's pretty cheap. So the second one we're looking at is the eBay purchase. So this is one that I've used a lot. It's very versatile. Let's set it up now. So this one takes about the same amount of time to set up, as you would expect. Considering that it's basically the same design. So it has the zip all the way along the top. This one is more or less waterproof. It does have a breathing vent in the front, directly above your head, which stops a bit of condensation and stuff like that as well. You can also stick your head right up into that corner and look out so you can see if there's anyone around or anyone coming. So one of the great things about this little bivvy is, well, for a start, it's green. So it's a little bit more camouflaged than the other one, which has a yellow base. It also comes in at only 377 grams. So it is very light. And because of its simple design, you can also put your inflatable mattress, sleeping bag, inflatable pillow, things like that. You leave it all inside the bag and then just roll it all up together. It ends up being quite a small package, and I usually stick it inside my billy. And yeah, it's just easy to pack, easy to use, and I've used this one a lot. Space-wise, this bivvy has a lot more space, so I can easily roll over in this one. My head is very close to the top, but it's not overly claustrophobic. So you know what, it does the job. Next one we're going to look at is the Stiletto. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's something like that. Let's set it up. So this one was actually the fastest one to set up. It doesn't require any tent poles or anything to hold it up, which makes it very good. It has a very low profile, probably about the same as the previous unbranded bivvy. However, this one's freestanding, so makes it a lot easier. You can also set it up with only 3 tent pegs. Let's have a look inside. So space-wise, the Stiletto has more space than the previous one, especially up near the front here. You could actually put a bag beside you, so you could have your bag inside the tent, which is something that the other bivvies didn't offer. You would have to leave your bag outside, and there's always that fear that, you know, somebody may come along in the middle of the night and pinch your bag. This one, as you can see here, I've actually got the fly screen, which makes it much more pleasurable on a warm night. It's also 100% waterproof, whereas the other 2 bivvies certainly weren't. So this one comes in at about 700 grams. So it's, twice as heavy as the first one, but it is waterproof. And a couple of 100 grams heavier than the second one. However, it is freestanding. So in the long run, this one is probably lighter. Quite spacious, quite versatile, but also very simple. And simplicity is often really good when camping. You don't want to have to go to too much effort. The Stiletto online, I bought this from AliExpress. This one came in at $70 delivered. Let's move on to the last one before we run out of light. So the final one we're looking at is the Black Wolf Stealth. Now, I know a lot of people use this one, so it'll be a good one to have a look at and see whether it's worth the $200 price tag. So right from the start, this one took a lot longer to set up. I did put the tent poles in the wrong way first, because they're almost the same size, the 2 at the front. However, I put them in the wrong order. So let's have a look inside. So space-wise, I have about the same width as the Stiletto. However, I have much less headroom. So I have that much when I've got my head on the ground between the roof of the tent and my nose. So when I've got a mattress and stuff in here, I'm going to be almost touching the top. I do have these cool little windows. They're kind of handy. And I can unzip the sides to let more air in. But it does feel very claustrophobic. One thing I should point out that I have not actually camped in this bivvy yet. I haven't found the need for it, mainly because it is so heavy. I am sweating already. I've been in this for about a minute. So let's have a look at how you get the fly screen open. This is an absolute pain to try to undo. The zips keep getting jammed, so it's actually jammed in the fly screen at the moment, and I can't get it open. There are so many zips, it is so complicated, and you're trying to do it while your head's touching the roof here. The low profile is good, I guess, so you can hide in long grass and things like that. It's also camouflage, which is very useful. It's dark. My camera went flat. I haven't even packed up the bag yet. The zips, I've got 2 zips jammed on it, which annoys me a bit. Let's finish this inside. Okay, a bit more light we can see now. Just summing up those 4 different bivvies I looked at, the price ranges varied from, about $30 up to $200. Each had their different benefits. So the smallest one was good because it had lots of airflow, good for tropical areas. So I've camped in Vietnam in that one, and it was good. However, it is very, very small. That's the biggest downside. The second one, the unnamed one, the unbranded one off eBay, I've used that one a lot. It's very versatile. It's very, very simple. You can tie it to trees. You can use sticks to set it up, just sticks that you find. And it's very light also. So that one weighs in at, 400 grams or something. And you can roll it up and it can fit in your pocket. It's that small. The next one was the stiletto. That was, or however you pronounce it, I don't know how you pronounce it. I like that one. Very quick to set up, so it takes about 3 minutes to set up. Very simple design. One zip in it. Two zips. It's got one for the fly screen and one for the actual cover. That one I like. That one weighs in at 700 grams and it's got a lot more room. That's probably the most versatile out of the lot of them. And the final one, the most expensive one, $200, Black Wolf. I'm not bagging out Black Wolf products, so I have lots of backpacks made by Black Wolf. That's my go-to backpack of choice, is the Black Wolf ones. That Bivy though, its pack size was about the same as all the other tents combined, and almost the same weight as the other tents combined. So it was extremely heavy. It had very fiddly supports in it, and it was very, very low. Now there is a benefit to that. It's low, which means you can hide it in tall grass for stealth camping. And it was camouflage. So yeah, it did have those benefits. It was claustrophobic. I had no room. My face was basically touching the roof the whole time. My breath was just hitting it, so condensation would be really bad. I've never actually camped in that one because I've never found a reason to carry a tent that heavy and with that many issues. It took a lot longer to set up. And it's much more expensive. I actually don't see any real major benefits to it. So my choice from the lot would be the stiletto, whatever it is, or the unbranded, unnamed one if I was traveling very light. But both were very light, both were very cost effective. So anyway, that's about that. I hope that may have helped you out a little bit. If you're also a bivvy camper, my son's giving me weird looks in the background because I'm talking to a camera. If you're a bivvy camper, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are and what type of bivvy you camp in. So comment below.